All right, now, welcome back to another Master Moats film session. We're going to be taking this down memory lane a little bit to earlier in the season when we had Stephon Tuitt doing his thing in the game versus the Seahawks. So, obviously, he'll be coming back this year, so I thought it was only right that we look at some of his good plays, some of the good memories. All right, so we'll play this first play right here, where he gets a sack on Russell Wilson in the first quarter. Some right here. We'll break it down like we always do. All right, so first off, we'll talk about what the defense is. It's a simple base package. You see your three down linemen. You got Bud, Chickalo right here. Two inside linebackers, Vince and Mark Barron. All right, so out of this base defensive package, they're going to be running a strong fire zone blitz, meaning that the blitz is coming from the passing strength. You see the two receivers, they're always going to be the passing strength over the bigger body personnel, even though sometimes if their rules called for them to bring it to the big body people, they could do that as well. And when you're looking at this, Tuitt's responsibility is going to be, he's lined up on the inside eye, I believe, of this tackle right here. But his job is to go to this A gap, which the A gap is between the center and the guard. He'll go A gap. Mark Barron's going to be blitzing straight down the hill to the B gap, which is the gap between the guard and the tackle. Chickalo's job is to come off the corner. Okay. And then on the back end, obviously, Edmonds right here will be a seam flat defender off of two. Joe has this guy pretty much all over. I mean, because he's the vertical carry guy over here. The fire's on 1/3. If he goes inside, he can communicate it. Deep 1/3. And then these guys over here will have some coverage off of that. So let's watch what young Tuitt does in slow motion first. So just some tips for you anyways, for any of the young people out here that might be listening to this playing ball, secondary guys in particular. If you have a guy like Chickalo in a 3-4 defense that's showing on this number 2 guy, we call it Hollywood. It gives the illusion that he's in coverage. You see his eyes right here. He's not walked in here. So what you're trying to do is get this tackle to not look out here. Go to sleep out here and think these are his only 2 guys. You get an easy sack. This works only if this guy backs up, because there's no coverage where this guy will be standing directly behind him. So it kind of tells you that he's not going to be in coverage. That's just a little tip for you right there for any of my youngsters in the secondary. We call it undress your guy, because right here we all know that doesn't look right. But anywho, you see Chick starting to creep down. Nice little hard count by Russell. He does that to undress him. So now you see these guys trying to walk back, but it's too late. Russ already knows what's going. He knows the blitz is coming right here, because once again, you look how close young Edmonds is. And like I said, this is week 2, so they got a lot better at this as the season progressed. But when you look at the get off by Tuitt, you talk about pad level. Just look at how he drives. I think that's DJ Fluker, how he drives that guy back to get back on there and get that sack. Just look at where the ball starts at and just watch when Tuitt gets off of this rock, how his head snaps back and he literally drives him all the way back here. They make contact right here, and then from there, he's on a ride. He's on a ride. No answer for that. I mean, that right there is what makes Tuitt so special. Just his power, his explosiveness out of his stance, and his hand placement, which we'll see better from the end zone. Here you go right here. Let's look at that. Pow! Low pad level, inside hands. And even though that guy's hanging on him, Tuitt still gets his half sack right there because he initiated all that. Versus a highly elusive Russell Wilson. You see it even better from the end zone copy. So remember I was telling you, it's called a 4-eye. This is shade. A 5 would be out here. A 3 would be in there. Bam! Look at that. That's what you love with Tuitt. That's why Tuitt gets paid what he gets paid. And that's why Tuitt, I mean, before he got hurt, he was on a crazy trajectory when you look at his productivity this season early on. Look at that. Out of stance, low hat, low hands, inside. Look at the pad level. Even though this guy's holding him, there's nothing he can do to stop Tuitt. And even if Mark doesn't get there, Tuitt is going to have that as a solo sack. Great job by Tuitt right there. So we'll play it one more time in fast motion for you so you get a good appreciation of what Tuitt is and what he's going to look like when he comes back. All right. Now, the next play we're going to talk about, of course, like I said, another one from your boy Stephon Tuitt. Same game. Actually, the next play we talked about with Tuitt, there's been times in the past where he would be inconsistent. He would have some games where he looks really good, some games where he looks very bad, some games where he would look really good at one portion of the game and then disappear. Here, this is one of the series where he just flat out dominates. So now he's lined up over the center. Okay. And now in this defense, this is out of their nickel front. So you see they have the 2 D linemen and Cam Hayward, Stephon Tuitt. Then you got Bud and TJ. Nickel defense, and all they're playing on the backside in terms of the Steelers, which I'll play for you real quick in full speed. It's a basic cover 3, but they invert the safeties and the corners in terms of their responsibilities. So here it is in full speed. Typically in cover 3, the corners got vertical 1/3 on this portion of the field. But the way that they did it, they just had Cam Sutton, who was the nickel corner at the time, and Terrell Edmonds played a deep 1/3, had the corners play as curl flat defenders. But now when we look at what Tuitt is able to do, just watch his pad level and get off. Look at his hand placement. And we'll go slow-mo for you. Now, we talked about how last play, Tuitt had beat Fluker with speed and power, right? Inside hands, low pad level. Now, Fluker is going to be anticipating that power again on the following play. But watch how Tuitt uses his mind to understand to having a rush plan. If I just beat you with power, let me come back with a changeup. Your change with the power is your speed rush. Now, watch Tuitt. Still gets off the ball crazy fast, but you see his hands. Look at his hands right here. And how when Fluker shoots his hands aggressively, Tuitt is going right now to a side swipe, and then he's going to clear his hips by ripping. Flash, side swipe, he skies the rip, and now he's been in the corner. Hips are free, and look at his athletic ability to bend and tackle a Russell Wilson quarterback who, we all know how elusive Russell is, how he gets out of so much stuff. But Tuitt just showing how he can bend the corner once he gets free. And the fundamentals associated with it, that's the thing that's so promising about Tuitt. Tuitt's one of those guys that if you try to block him with one guy consistently, it's going to be a rough day for you, which is ultimately why we love him here in Pittsburgh. Let's look at him bend. We'll play from the end zone for you. All right, so here we go once again from the end zone copy slow-mo. I want you to just watch Tuitt's hands. Once Tuitt gets off, just watch Tuitt's hands right here. Once his ball snaps and he gets off, Fluker shoots right now. Just watch how active his hands are. Right now. Bam. He's swiping. Now watch him. He's still working the move. Arm over. Sky it. Now he sinks his hips, bends, makes the play. It's not easy to do as a big man. I tell you that. But this is what makes Tuitt so unique. This is what makes him such a stud player. And as long as he can stay healthy, man, he could be one of the best guys to ever do it, man, in that position. I'll play it one more time for you. It's full speed just so y'all can see it again. Yeah, man. Definitely appreciate y'all again for tuning in. Gonna keep these film sessions rolling as the season progresses or the off season progresses. So stay tuned. And as always, until next time, baby, peace.